I asked my subscribers to come up with 30 of the hardest kills in Brawl Stars, and I'm going to complete all of them and rank them from 30th being the easiest all the way to number 1, the hardest kill in Brawl Stars. And starting at number 30, we have Pam's Mama Squeeze star power. This star power deals 960 damage per second when anyone is inside Pam's turret. And honestly, that's quite a bit of damage, and it's hard to kill Pam's turret, so the hardest part about this kill was just charging Pam's super. And well, after only 40 seconds of trying, I managed to snag this kill. At 29th, we have Brock's jump gadget. This gadget is actually really easy to hit. The only thing is you need to get close to them and time it perfectly because it only does 580 damage. Luckily, this one didn't take me long at all, and I almost got it first try, only taking me 41 seconds. At 28th, we have Angelo's jump gadget, almost the same as Brock's, but it does a little bit more damage, and this one was pretty easy because I could lower the enemy's HP by just not fully charging my main attack. And as soon as I got them low, I just got close and pressed gadget. This one took only 43 seconds. At 27th, we have Buster's shield, and now this shield actually deals quite a bit of damage. It's 1600 damage per projectile. The only thing about this kill is it's a little bit of RNG if your enemy has projectiles in the first place. Luckily, in my first game, they had a Draco, and so this one only took me 44 seconds. Now, if you think some of these kills are easy, don't worry because they get way harder as the video goes on, and number 1 might surprise you. But while I try to get one of the hardest kills, let me tell you about today's video sponsor, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. The Z Fold 7 is an incredible phone, and it might actually be my favorite Samsung phone to ever release. The Z Fold 7 is honestly incredible. You can use it just like any other traditional phone, or you can fold it open for a larger screen. And let me tell you, this screen is pretty large. Some would say massive. The larger screen is perfect for when you want to watch movies on your phone or play games or reading. Honestly, you name it, it's better. Or if you're trying to watch my YouTube videos, it is way nicer on a bigger screen. And the best part is the Z Fold 7, while being wider than all previous folds, is actually thinner and lighter than ever before. It's honestly kind of crazy to me how they can fit so many features in this small of a phone. And if you're worried about power, don't. The Z Fold 7 also uses the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, which gives it all the power you could ever ask for. Whether you're just trying to switch from app to app or play your favorite game, it'll run very smooth. There is so many more amazing features to uncover with the Z Fold 7, so go check it out using my link in the description down below. Thank you to Samsung for sponsoring the video, but let's get back. Coming in at number 26 might surprise all of you, and it surprised me as well. This one definitely should be higher in the rankings, but that is Lu's super. Now, Lu's super does 80 damage per tick, which is almost no damage at all, but the good thing is you can freeze them on Lu's super, making it a little bit easier to get the kill. But honestly, it's just a matter of luck whether you get them low enough for Lu's super to finish off the kill, and somehow in only 45 seconds, I managed to snag a kill on the Mortis. This was so fast. 25th, we have Otis's sleep gadget. Basically, the super stays on the ground and it's invisible to the enemy. This one's actually not hard at all because Otis's super deals a ton of damage. It's just whether or not the enemy walks onto it or not, and then if you let the super kill them. So this one only took me 53 seconds. At 24th, we have Daryl's recoiling rotator gadget. Now this gadget doesn't deal a ton of damage. It's 600 per pellet, but if you're lucky and move the right way, you can easily get it to do 1200 damage to an enemy. So that, plus the fact that Daryl's a tank and I can get close to them, easily hitting the gadget, this one wasn't too hard and only took me 1 minute and 9 seconds. 23rd, we have Edgar's hard landing star power. This star power deals 1350 damage on landing. This one was just a matter of getting someone low enough or finding a low target and waiting to jump on them. And well, it only took 1 minute and 9 seconds for someone to get low enough for me to jump on and finish them off. At 22, we have Cord's mushroom star power. Now this mushrooms deal 1440 damage, but they are super easy to dodge and no one's ever going to walk in them on purpose most of the time. So the strategy to get this kill was to get them low enough and get close to them and take them in the shadow realm, hoping that they would spawn on a mushroom. And well, eventually it worked, and not that long at all. 1 minute and 28 seconds. At 21st, we have Miko's slow gadget. This gadget deals 570 damage per projectile, and there's 3 of them. So if you stack them together and shoot somebody with it right on top of them, it deals quite a bit of damage. So this one was just a matter of timing, waiting till someone was low enough, and it only took me 2 minutes and 6 seconds. This one I could have done faster, but didn't get the right opportunity. At 20th, we have Sandy's Rude Sand star power. This star power only deals 260 damage per second, so not that much at all. But the thing is, Sandy Candy's super is huge, massive, if some would say. So it is literally only a matter of time when you find someone low enough and then trap them inside the super. So eventually I got it in 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Coming in at 19th, we have Rosa's Unfriendly Bushes. This gadget only deals 300 damage, and they also have to be inside the bush for it to work. So on a map with not a lot of bushes, I thought this one would take me quite a while to do. However, it's pretty easy to get somebody low with Rosa. You deal 1000 damage per punch, so it's pretty easy to calculate in my mind. And I just had to wait until the perfect moment when Kenji walked into the bush with less than 300 HP. And so that one took me 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Coming in at number 18 with 1 second of a difference is Lumi's Fire gadget. Now this gadget is just never used. The other gadget is way better for Lumi, and so I don't even know if this one should have made the list, but basically it only does 360 damage if someone is standing on the fire, not much at all. So it just was a matter of timing and getting them low enough with Lumi's main attack, and eventually I got it with 3 minutes and 21 seconds. At 17th is a kill that I thought would be in the top 5 for sure, and that is Pearl's Hypercharge. Now, not the super itself, but the fire effect after the super. This effect is very small and only deals 800 damage. Not to mention, when you super with Pearl, most of the time you knock them out of the fire range. So this one I thought would be almost impossible. Not to mention, you need to charge the Hypercharge first, which can take quite a while as is. And well, this one somehow only took a few tries, and after 3 minutes and 26 seconds, this happened. Got it. Oh my god, I got it. Wow, I thought that was gonna take way longer. I kind of just got lucky that he almost died. At 16th, we have Chuck's pole damage. These poles deal 800 damage, so not very much, but the good thing is they recharge really fast. So you can kind of like spam pole somebody if you want, and eventually they might die. So this one wasn't too hard. It just took a little bit of time and a little bit of luck. So we got it in 3 minutes and 48 seconds. At 15th, we have Spike's pincushion gadget. Now this one is way easier than the ranking shows. I, for some reason, couldn't get the kill. I honestly accidentally killed people with my regular shot before my gadget would, and so this one took me a total of 5 minutes and 16 seconds. I definitely could have got this one faster. But now that we're past the halfway mark, this is where the kills really start to get harder. At 14th, we have M's Friend Zoner gadget. This gadget only deals 728 damage, and you have to be close range against the enemy. The problem is when you're close range, typically they will take you out before you get to finish them off. This one took several tries, and I wasn't even close for a long time. But then this happened, and it was super close, and I could hardly tell if I actually got it with my gadget. But after watching it almost 20 times, I was pretty confident that my super damage ticked just before the gadget damage, which means I got the finishing blow with the gadget. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I got it, but I'm pretty sure I did. And it took me 8 minutes and 17 seconds. Coming in at 13th, we have Gray's Grand Piano gadget. This gadget basically sucks. It's only used really to break open walls and open up the map, because otherwise it takes forever to land. It has a very small radius, and people can easily just dodge it. The good news is it does deal a decent amount of damage. It does just as much as a regular Gray shot, which is like 2,200 damage. But that just meant I had to wait for the perfect opportunity or find somebody that was either stunned or slowed, and a slow surge got kind of stuck against a wall and ended up taking it to the face. This kill took me 8 minutes and 23 seconds. Coming at 12th place, we have Mr. P's gadget. And what I mean by the gadget is this little porter has to get the finishing kill. This porter only has 1400 HP, and it only deals 400 damage per shot, and it almost never hits the enemy. This gadget really is only to waste enemies' ammo. I thought this one was going to take me forever, but after only 8 minutes and 56 seconds, this play happens, and it was hard to tell if I actually got the kill or not. But if you slow it down, my little porter did 400 damage to finish off the Maisie. So luckily I got out of this one in under 9 minutes. At 11th place, we have Meeple's Box gadget. Now this gadget deals only 1000 damage, but the problem with this gadget is it has an extremely long cooldown time. So if you miss, the next opportunity you get is going to be a long time away. And not to mention, if you shoot it really far trying to snipe an enemy inside the box, it takes too long to launch, and they ended up usually healing before it actually hits them. Now I got close several times with this gadget and felt like I was just getting a little bit unlucky, but after 9 minutes and 46 seconds, I boxed this bow like a fish. Now we're at the top 10 hardest kills in Brawl Stars, and we're starting with Sam's Knuckles. Now, not actually the super itself, but the recall of the super. This recall does half the damage of Sam's original super, which is 1400 damage. The problem is once you super, it's actually hard to charge back your super and recall the knuckles. I didn't really know how to do this one, and so it took me a lot of trial and error over and over again, but eventually I came up with the idea of throwing my knuckles and just going around punching people until I charged my super, and then recalling it at the perfect time. Now, I failed this for quite a while, but eventually I found an opportunity and I cross-map sniped this cord, which I thought was one of the craziest kills of the video. This took me 10 minutes and 47 seconds. Coming in at number 9, we have Piper's knockback gadget. This gadget does only 170 damage, almost nothing, and not to mention, it doesn't even always hit unless they're super close to you. 170 damage is basically nothing. That means I have to get the enemy 170 HP or less, and also be in a 2-tile radius with them with Piper, who doesn't like being close range. This one, I honestly didn't get close for a very long time. It felt like I was accidentally just killing everyone and 2-tapping them, and I wasn't sure how long this one was going to take. But with luck on my side, I saw an opportunity on another Piper. Perfect enemy for this to work. I ended up hitting Piper just enough to get her lower than 170 HP, popped the gadget, and luckily it hit because I was close enough, meaning I got the kill in 10 minutes and 57 seconds. In 8th place, there was quite a big gap in time, and that is Sprout's Hypercharge. Now, if you know, this Hypercharge sucks. It's almost useless. It's really just a stat boost for Sprout. The Hypercharge super barely ever does damage, and it only does like 500 damage if you're lucky. Sometimes it doesn't even deal damage at all, and I am not sure why. Not to mention, it takes quite a while to actually charge Sprout's Hyper, so I had to first charge the Hyper, then hope it did damage, and well, this took a while. Honestly, I was kind of just giving up on real strategy, and eventually I just placed the Hyper on the enemy safe, hoping that they would walk into it. And sure enough, wonderful Maisie walked straight into it. This one took me 17 minutes and 50 seconds. In 7th place, we have Primo's Meteor. Now, if you know this gadget, you know how easy it is to dodge the meteor. This meteor takes literally an eternity to land and deal damage. However, the good news is it deals a ton of damage. It does like 3,040 damage, which is kind of crazy, but it is super hard to hit. I was just shooting this around hoping that it would hit somebody, but it didn't hit anybody. Eventually, I started trying to super people and knock them into the meteor so that way I would get that kill that way, but that was also pretty difficult to pull off. Honestly, at this point, I was just randomly pressing the gadget over and over again, and eventually, after 20 minutes and 20 seconds, I got lucky because this Mika was just trying to get damage on our safe, and sure enough, he was willing to die. In 6th place, we have 8-Bit's Hypercharge Turret. The problem with this kill is a couple things. One, it takes quite a while to actually charge 8-Bit's Hypercharge. The other is it only does 230 damage per shot, and the last thing is as soon as you place the 8-Bit turret, the enemies attack it like crazy. It is the prime target for enemies to focus on. So the hard part about this was I didn't know whether to throw the turret on top of them or to place it back hoping it would snipe an enemy from far. I tried both ways and it took quite a while to even get close, but eventually I just kind of got lucky and saw an opportunity on a pretty low HP Frank. This one took me 20 minutes and 38 seconds. Maybe a little bit too long, but earned its spot at 6th place. Now we're at the top 5 and we have Bonnie's Wisdom Tooth Star Power. Now this Star Power, I'm not even sure why it exists in the game. Basically, you hit somebody and it spreads and deals 558 damage per little spread. But the problem is the spread is so small that it's very hard to hit. I'm pretty sure I spent 10 minutes trying to get this to hit even a single person. But about 15 minutes into this kill, I finally realized that you could shoot a wall and it would also still explode. Without this knowledge, I think this one would have took me hours. But luckily, once I figured that out, I was getting closer and closer to getting the kill. And sure enough, I got pretty lucky, I think, and managed to get it within 22 minutes and 12 seconds. I was very happy to get this one off the board early. In 4th place, we have Ruff's Air Support Gadget. This gadget is honestly so bad. Yes, it can put enemies in tough spots, but other than that, they just dodge it because it is so long to actually hit. And the other thing is, it only does 1,200 damage, and if it does actually hit somebody, it typically knocks them away from the rest of the support. So unless the enemy fell asleep inside of the gadget, typically you're not going to get kills with it very often. So I spammed this gadget over and over and over again, just hoping that it would eventually hit somebody. And sure enough, I got lucky because Shade was trying to get back to his goal to save the game, and he had nowhere else to go. This one took me me 23 minutes and 22 seconds. In third place, we have Griff's Piggy Bank gadget. This gadget is only used to really break walls. If you're really good with it and really lucky, you can sometimes predict an enemy like Mortis or Edgar jumping on top of you. It deals only 1400 damage and has an extremely long explode time. Honestly, I didn't even know how to go about getting this kill. I tried getting close to them. Eventually, I decided to just play aggro Griff and try to get as close as possible to them and randomly drop the piggy bank, hoping they wouldn't see it. And that seemed to work a little bit better, but for the most part, they just walked away from it every single time. Honestly, this kill could have took forever. I got extremely lucky because Tara, for some reason, didn't see it on the map and walked straight into it, getting me the kill within 25 minutes and 44 seconds of pain. The second hardest kill in Brawl Stars, at least for me, was Belle's Nest Egg gadget. Now, this kill is honestly complete RNG. I felt like to get the finishing blow with this gadget, you just have to get lucky. They have to walk on it at very low HP. It only deals 624 damage, so not enough to really take many enemies out. But then eventually I decided to start trying to stack the gadget, hoping that I could one-shot or at least deal a good chunk of damage to them, making it easier to get the finishing blow. Now, this was a great idea on paper. The problem was sometimes pets or supers or random people with full HP would trigger the nest eggs. Then I was out for the game and had to wait for next game to try again. This one felt like complete luck, and eventually I got extremely lucky as a BB was coming in with 0 HP and walked straight onto the nest egg, finishing the kill in 27 minutes and 23 seconds. Now, in my opinion, the hardest kill in Brawl Stars is Eve Jump gadget. This gadget drops the smallest little hatchling. This little guy has 1,160 HP. Not to mention, it decays 10% every single second. So every brawler can basically one-shot this little hatchling. Not only that, it only deals 400 damage for 2 ticks, so a total of 800 damage. And the kicker is it has a 1-second delay before it actually starts targeting the enemy. So they basically have to fall asleep while playing Brawl Stars if they're going to get hit by this. Now, if you're lucky enough, they did fall asleep, and then you still have to get them low enough HP for this to deal the finishing blow. At the end of the day, this gadget is good for Eve, but it's only used for escaping. If you're using this to deal damage, well, I don't know what you're doing. I tried over and over and over again, and honestly, I was extremely happy to see this little hatchling even hit an enemy after a ton of time. I thought I was going to be here for hours. I wasn't even really convinced that this kill was even going to happen, but eventually, I kind of just started jumping around, hoping that it would hit somebody. And sure enough, this happened. Right there. Yes, I got it. Oh, that was so lucky. That was so lucky. The Kenji did so much damage to him right there. Finally, 28-35. And with that, I got the 30 hardest kills in Brawl Stars. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It means a lot. And if I missed one, comment down below. But I'll see you in the next one. Peace.